Growing up singing, I was really shy. I really can't say that I got into my full self in singing and entertaining until at an older age. Really until now, to a couple of years ago.
Welcome to the Female Entrepreneur Musician Podcast with Bree Noble. Bree is a musician, entrepreneur, speaker, and founder of Women of Substance Music Radio and Podcast. Bree's interviews with successful female musicians and industry pros are both inspirational and informational. She also answers your questions about the music business. Bree is on a mission to help you create great music, connect with your fans, and grow your business, and to truly become a female entrepreneur musician.
Hey, what's going on? This is Bree Noble, and you are tuned into the Female Entrepreneur Musician Podcast, where we talk about making great music, connecting with your audience, and growing your business. And today I've got a real treat for you. I have got the daughter of a legend. Legend Sam Cooke. His daughter, Carla Cooke, now has her own music career, and I'm excited to introduce her to you. She's got such a great story and a great attitude, and I know you're going to be really inspired by her interview. So let me tell you a little bit about Carla Cooke. First off, here's my own unofficial introduction because based upon the conversation that I had with Carla, the thing that really stood out to me is that she did not let being a little bit older in age and, having a lot of different life experiences stop her from starting her music career much later in life. She obviously had experience with music from being very young and, growing up around her dad's legend. But, she took the normal path of life. She got married. She had kids. She did all of that. And then, even though she had given so much of herself to that in her life, she still found time to start up a music career later in life. So I really want this to encourage any of you who maybe feel like, oh, it's too late for me, or, should I even start this now? It's never too late, and she's really having some fantastic success and experiences as an artist being over 50. So I hope that encourages you. Let me tell you a little bit about the background of Carla Cooke. Singer-songwriter Carla Cooke is the youngest daughter of soul icon Sam Cooke, who carries on the legacy of her father, bringing his music to new generations, as well as sharing her own songs. Here is my interview with Carla Cooke. So that's a little bit about Carla Cooke. So Carla, is there anything that our listeners need to know about you that maybe isn't in your bio that's a little more personal and unique about you?
Well, I did not begin my full-fledged music career until I was about age 50. So
I love that.
Yes, I'm a firm believer that no matter what, you can always follow your dreams. So like I said, I began at age 50, but before that, I got married at an early age. I've been married for 30 years now, and I've birthed 7 children, raised a set of twins. So that's one reason why I didn't start till late in my career, head on, going right into it. I had to raise my children, which I adore.
Wow, that's serious. Hats off to you. I have 2 kids, and I'm like 7. Are you kidding me? And one was a set of twins?
Yes, one is a set of twins.
Oh my goodness. That's amazing. That's amazing. And by the way, starting at 50, like I have tons of women that start in my Female Musician Academy, and they start music at 50 because sometimes it's that they've been busy like you were. They've been busy with kids or a corporate career. And then just that overwhelming passion to do music just takes over. And they're like, it's time, like now or never, bucket list kind of thing. So that makes total sense.
That's exactly what I said. I said, now they're all grown, and now it's mama's turn.
Yeah.
Do. So yeah,
that's awesome. So how did you get started then at age 50?
How did I get started? I have been singing. I've been singing all my life. I got into music by the church. Pretty much going to church and getting to church choirs. And at a young age, at the children's choir, I did my first solo at about 10 or 11. It was God is Truly Amazing. by Denise Williams.
Oh,
so I
yeah.
did that. I pretty much went on from church as I grew up in the choir at school, and I still was into music. I just didn't do it very often. I maybe sung here and there at different functions or private parties, but it wasn't like a full-time thing for me.
Did you feel like people expected a certain kind of sound out of you, or just expected you to be in music because of your dad?
Well, in the beginning, I did not tell people, that I am the daughter of Sam Cooke. Really, a lot of people didn't know. So I got into music and singing on my own merit. It was just by who Carla was, and not who her father was. So that pretty much headed me into my music career. It wasn't until I got older that I began saying I am the daughter of Sam Cooke.
Yeah, I think that makes sense, because I think it would be really hard to go out there from the beginning and say that you're the daughter, and then everyone's comparing you, or they're expecting a certain thing or a certain style,
Yeah. Yes.
And then you're totally pigeonholed into that.
Yes, exactly. So I'm glad I did start like that, because I didn't want to, say, well, her father, Sam Cooke, she has to be this way or she has to be that way. And if she's not that way, well, her father was, to be compared on that level.
Right. So once people found out that you were the daughter of Sam Cooke, how did you kind of differentiate yourself from your dad and get out from behind his shadow? Or had you already pretty much established yourself as your own musician, and then you could kind of embrace what he could bring to it?
I really established myself in the beginning, and then, like you said, I came out and embraced that I am the daughter of Sam Cooke. I gradually, became, confident, more confident, and because I was shy growing up singing, I was really shy. I really can't say that I got into my full self in singing and entertaining until at an older age, really until now, till a couple of years ago.
So what gave you the strength to make that transition into actually doing it professionally and, getting over your shyness and getting yourself out there?
Getting more out there in the public, just starting to believe in myself and believe that I could do this. I can do this, because I really had a deep passion for music. Music is in my soul. I love music. I live by music. When I get to that sad place, I go to music. And just believing that I could do it, having the strength. And each time I go out there, I'm more confident in what I'm doing.
That's awesome. So do you, being the daughter of someone that was on major labels and had such a huge career, do you think of yourself as an indie artist or as a DIY?
Yes, because just because I am the daughter of Sam Cooke doesn't mean I automatically I'm in there.
Right.
I still have to prove myself. And that is very much true. I'm just like any other artist out there trying to make it in the music business. I still have to go out there and prove myself, whether I say I'm Sam Cooke's daughter or not. It doesn't get me in the door.
Yeah. Oh, no, especially not nowadays, because there's so, many fewer record labels taking artists on anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like, knowing what your dad, something about his career, do you feel like maybe you have more freedom as an indie artist, or did you always want to be on a label?
In the beginning I did. A few years back, I recorded a CD and I thought, hey, I got this CD. I'm going to go to New York and I'm going to get a record deal. And because I recorded it with a well-known producer, Kevin McCord, who wrote If You Play Your Cards Right for Alicia Myers, and I want to thank you. We hit the trails in New York. I recorded that CD, went out there thinking, okay, I'm going to hand my CD to the record companies and to the radio stations. They're going to play it and they're going to call me back. I'm going to get a record deal. It was nothing like that. No. That didn't happen at all.
So you did want that at first, or maybe you felt like that was just what you do.
Yeah, I did feel like that's what you do, and I did want that record deal, of course. I got a local station to play, a song from the CD, but that was about it. Didn't go anywhere.
And your style for your CD, that first CD, is it like soul? Is it gospel? What's kind of your style that you embrace the most?
It's all, because love all different kinds of music. I have a little gospel on there. I have a little R&B on there. I have my father's songs on there. I have a jazz tune on there. Yeah, it embraces all.
That's cool.
Pretty.
So now that you've been doing this for a little bit, are there any stories that you can talk about maybe when you were really struggling, like that story you just told about going to New York and thinking, I'm going to go do this, that you can, maybe tell and help out some struggling artists that are listening to this show that will encourage them to keep going? And when you felt like, oh, maybe I should just give up, and then something that happened that really kept you moving forward.
Yeah, that was really the story I told, was the time that I felt, man, I don't think I'm going to get anywhere. I might just give up. Might as well just go head on, just not even record or do anything or pursue it any further. But, that little voice in my head kept saying, no, you got to keep on going. You got to keep on going. And through prayer and believing in God and him having the faith and pushing me through, I kept on going. Like I said, it wasn't until 50 till I really got started. But I still believed in myself, believed that I can do it. On many occasions, I felt like giving up. But when you have a true passion for something, you can't give up. You have to keep on pushing, because you're going to have struggles before you get there. It's not going to be an easy road, which I found out, and I'm sure plenty of artists have found that out. The road is hard. If you believe in it and keep on going, you can make it through.
That's for sure. And I think part of it was reframing it. Like, as you said, well, I can do this without a record deal. And, what am I going to expect out of this? It's not going to be a record deal, but it could still be something. And I could still get shows, and I could still get fans and all that stuff without getting this record deal.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I think that, it's what's the worst that could happen if you keep doing it, right? Well, then you've created this amazing music, you put it out into the world, and you fed your passion. That's the worst that could happen. That's still pretty awesome, right? I mean,
yeah, that's still pretty awesome.
What could happen is you could have a bunch of people that love it and they buy it, and you have fans and all that stuff. But even if that didn't happen, you still created something awesome and a legacy.
Yes, most definitely. You still have to go out there and do your own thing, let other people see what you can do and how they embrace you, and just get out there and show people that you have something to offer.
Yeah, absolutely. So what made you just decide then to kind of embrace your dad's legacy? Did you just feel like that was a part of you that needed to be explored, or did you maybe, want to try to access some of his fans?
Well, being that my father is who he is in the music industry, I feel that I had to do that, because his music is so relevant. I mean, the words and the music that he wrote is still relevant today. It's being used in movies and radio, on television shows, commercials. And I just felt that I needed to also added to my show to pay homage to him for the type of artist that he was, and because he's my father, and more so because he passed away when I was only 4 months old, and I didn't have him in my life. So growing up, and I didn't have him as a mentor in music, and that's just another way for me to be close to him, to do his music and go out there and still share his music with fan bases from then and fan bases from now. So I intend to keep doing that.
Yeah, that makes total sense. And plus, I mean, so many other artists cover his music anyway, because they're fantastic songs. I mean, Change Gonna Come is one of my favorite songs of all time.
Yes, mine too.
So yeah, I think it's a great addition to what you're doing. So right now, do you consider yourself a full-time musician, a part-time musician? Are you kind of doing this on the side while doing some other career? How does that stack up for you?
For me right now, it's part-time, but I'm hoping it can become full-time. I'm working towards that. My other part-time job is a grandmother.
Oh, that's a pretty, well, how many grandkids do you have? We have 7 kids.
Yeah, I have 6 grandkids. So
Wow.
I keep 3 of them. So Yeah, part of that is I really would like to be a full-time artist, venture into it. I'm making plans ahead in that way. So long as they keep coming to me, I'm going to keep on going out there. And I really love it. I enjoy it so much, being on the stage and performing for the audience and seeing their reaction and see how much they come up to me and tell me how many memories I brought back for them. And I just enjoy the audience, period.
So what has been the most mind-blowing experience that you've had where you felt like, oh my gosh, I got to pinch myself. I can't believe this is really happening?
Oh, wow. That is my first tour, my first show, when I had a show with Robin Charles, the daughter of Ray Charles, and Diana Ross's daughter, Rhonda Ross. And we all were had a tour, The Daughters of Legends, our first show at the Katharine Hepburn Cultural Center. That was amazing, being on stage with those ladies. We each did our individual show, and then we came out at the end and did a song together. And it was just awesome. I remember, is this me? I'm finally here doing this. And we had so many people that came out that night, especially that wanted tickets at the door. We could have had an extra show. So that was a pretty wonderful thing to be a part of that night.
Yeah, that is really cool. Just all of that legacy that's on the stage at once. Yeah. I also saw that you got to do a tribute to Dionne Warwick, which I thought was really cool.
Yes, I did at the Rhythm and Blues Hall of Fame Awards. I got to do that for Dionne Warwick. That was cool. Really meeting her too. That was cool too.
That's awesome. So what have you done to build up your fan base? Are you using social media? Do you build it mostly at your live shows? And, how do you engage with them on a regular basis?
I use social media today, to reach a larger, even broader audience. You have to use some type of social media. So I do use Facebook. I have a Facebook artist page. I have a Twitter page. I have a LinkedIn page. I have an Instagram page. So I incorporate all of those into putting my music out there, letting people know when I have shows, putting little tidbits about my father on there. And just anything that I do musically, I post it to let the audiences know what I'm doing.
That's cool. And have you tried any of the live streaming that's available now?
I have not did live streaming, not yet.
Okay, I have a challenge for you.
All right.
All you need is a phone, so you can totally do it.
Okay, I'm going to see about doing that.
What's interesting about it is I was completely nervous to do it myself the first time. And once I did it, it was totally addicting. I'm like, I can really access these audiences just from my phone, like from the privacy of my own home. That is awesome. I can't even believe this is available, and now I'm just like, I love going live,
I'll bet you once I start, I won't get enough.
Oh, probably. It's just like being on stage in a way. I mean, because you do get the response of the audience in the comments.
Okay.
So yeah. You let me know when you do your first live stream. I want to see it.
Which entity do you use?
Facebook Live.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, you can, in fact, if you go into your phone, you can just, when you're doing a post, you can instead choose go live. And then you can immediately go live. It's crazy.
Okay.
So tell me a little bit about your live performances. What do you love about, obviously you love performing live on stage. What do you like to do? Do you tell stories? Do you, have any banter with your audience? I love finding ways that people make stage shows interesting.
I do. On my shows, of course, I use a live band, and I interact. Well, I have a tour going on now called Wondrous Stories, which I do my father's songs. And with each song, I tell a different story about his life or about how he came to write the particular song. That's great because people love listening and learning new things about my father and his life and his legacy that he came about in his very short career as a pop artist. I also include my audience. I have 2 songs that I include my audience in on. having a party, they have to sing with
Oh,
me.
yeah.
That. And I do include them. I have people come up on stage and do Twist the Night Away with me. So
Oh,
that's a
that's
lot of
fun. I like
Yeah,
that.
we have a lot of fun with that song. Everybody loves and enjoys that song when I do it.
So what kind of venues do you usually play?
I usually do theaters.
Okay.
Usually do theaters.
So the average size of your audience is a few hundred?
Yes, 250, 300.
Those are the kind of
something
concerts
like
I
that.
love the most, actually, because they feel still intimate, but there's still like a very lively audience because there's
Yes.
enough people.
Yes, I love that type of audience, especially I love intimate shows. So.
Yeah, so we have a theater in Fresno that I like to. I live in California. I like to go to called the Tower Theater. That's like that. And so, if you ever come out here, look for the Tower Theater because it's that kind of theater. One of those, 200 to 300 seat, old style kind of theaters. That's just it's intimate, but it's enough that you're getting a really good size audience.
Okay. Fresno Theater.
Fresno, yeah, it's called Tower Theater in Fresno.
Tower. Oh, Tower Theater in Fresno.
Yes.
Okay.
Where are you located, by the way?
I'm located right outside of Detroit, Michigan.
Okay. Well, I don't know if you ever come to California, but if you do, that's a great place to play.
I'm supposed to come to California in August.
There we go.
Upton, California.
Awesome. Yeah. So, can you tell us a little bit about like your streams of income right now? Do you sell a good deal of CDs at your shows? Are you mostly making money just from the performance fees? And do you have any kind of licensing or anything else going on to bring in some income from music?
Pretty much through my shows. That's my biggest revenue. I do sell CDs and T-shirts after the show. But more so, my biggest stream comes from the show in itself. Although I do have, I have my band I have to pay, my agent I have to pay, expenses that comes out of that. So.
Yep. I know it's definitely every business has expenses. That's for sure.
Yes.
But you feel like people are still buying CDs at shows?
They are. People are buying, even though, the way you get music has changed dramatically. People still purchase the CDs after the show.
Yeah, I think so too. And I still hear people saying nobody buys CDs anymore, but almost every guest that I talk to that's, really working their music like a business is selling CDs at a show. Yes.
You have to have something to present to your audience, once the show is over, so they can take with them.
Some people they want to bring it home like a memory. They want to express their appreciation for what you did. Yeah, that's great to know that you still think people are buying CDs.
Yes.
So it's been really awesome talking to you today. I'd love to find out where people can get in touch with you, what your social media channels and your website.
Well, they can find me on Facebook at The Carla Cooke. That's my artist page. Twitter and Instagram is the same thing, The Carla Cooke. And you can also go on my website, which is carlacooke.com, and that's Cook with an E. People forget it's another Carla Cooke that's out there. She's a jazz singer, and we spell our names exactly the same way, except my name has an E on the end of it.
Well, it's smart that you did The Carla Cooke, so you could have the same handle across the board.
Yes.
Very smart. Well, thank you so much. Your story's been really inspiring, and I just want to reiterate to everyone out there listening that just because you haven't started your music career by age 50 doesn't mean you can't start. I mean, look at what Carla's doing right now.
That is true. It's never too late. It's never too late to follow your dreams.
Awesome. Perfect ending. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Now go out and make great music, connect with your fans, and grow your business. Female Entrepreneur Musician has been brought to you by FEM99.com and FemaleMusicianAcademy.com. With editing by Jen Eads of 317 Sound Design and music by Stella Ronson.